No, because we were already gonna spoil what we're gonna talk about today if I continue talking.
Well, we are recording right now.
Are
Right now, you're on camera.
we already
Yeah,
recording?
as always.
I was not gonna, I was gonna ease into it we always do.
Truth be told, I don't think you actually were heard about what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay,
but
that's
people can
fine.
probably read the title.
Yeah, people can read the title.
Can they?
Maybe we don't put a spoiler in it.
Yeah, maybe today we'll just have the title like Session 1, Episode 7.
7? Is it 7?
7, yes. 6 was the LARP one.
6 was the LARP one. So this is episode 7.
7 episodes.
Hey.
7 episodes.
That's a lot, eh?
Damn, that's 5 more episodes than the first trial.
That's 5 more episodes. I mean, 4 more episodes because we had 3. We had 3. We had 2 and 2.5, and then it died.
Then it died.
It didn't die. We
got to ADHD.
We put a pause button on it. I cannot even talk, as usual. So that's a true line that goes.
It's such a
every
narrative,
episode.
brings everything to a series. Yeah.
Narrative
absolutely.
consistency is very important when you are a storyteller.
Absolutely.
So I do it not because I really don't know how to speak, just to be consistent with my character.
It's your nature to be so.
Yes, and it's our nature to also be a little bit cringe from time to time. We say this pretty much every episode.
Yes, and every episode we tend to say something like, "Oh, hi, didn't see you
Hello.
there. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas." Wait. Let me.
Happy holiday.
I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a jingle.
Yeah, he's jingling. He actually stole my Santa hat.
Just like Santa.
That's my Santa hat, but Peppa stole it.
Yes, because I was not. This is the thing.
He came ill prepared.
We are here, but Christmas is not one of my favorite holidays. I know it's one of your favorite. Like you like the cold season.
Yes.
By the way, I just want to.
Yes, this one is not an imposter by the
I just want to make sure.
Semi-imposter.
Sleeves are still bullshit, even when it's cold.
Yeah,
sleeves are still bullshit.
The guy I had talking to me last episode was a complete imposter.
Yeah, he was a weird guy.
He was role-playing.
2 episodes ago.
It was role-playing.
2 episodes ago.
No, it was 1 episode ago. The LARP one. Oh, the LARP one was also wearing sleeves.
Well, I mean, but the LARP one, the
LARP one was a Pepe imposter role-playing Pepe, role-playing a character.
Yes. Well, the one that you were speaking last episode was Vilamir.
Okay,
it was not Pepe, it was Vilamir.
Sure. How are you guys? My sanity is draining by the second.
Hello everyone. Welcome to session 1. This is our, if you haven't guessed it yet, this is our Christmas special.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas.
Christmas sweaters, wearing Santa hats. We have a Christmas tree in the background, which, by the way, if you didn't spot it, it was here in the LARP episode as well.
Yes.
It's December.
That was shot in November. End of November.
End of November, yes. Kind of like
beginning,
but it's airing
in between.
In December.
Yes.
Yeah.
So still, Christmas time.
Oh my God, it's cold.
It has gotten finally cold in Malta.
I love the cold.
I am not a super
love the frigid.
Nah. I'm looking for summer already.
Never say no to Panda.
Never say no to Panda.
Yeah. Have you watched these videos? Come on, tell me you've watched these commercials.
Yes, of course.
That's the same one. That's like the same Panda.
Yeah, I was trying to decipher it was the same one.
It is. Panda, made a hush now.
Yes.
That's a bit of a callback to an obscure
amazing
ad campaign. If you guys have never watched that,
mid 2000, I would say,
I think
2010,
I think so.
Something like that.
Video quality was certainly like about that time,
but it was fun. It was
it was like the music, like you get the panda, just why, and the panda's just looking at you with those panda eyes,
and then just dropping the card.
The worst one was when he pulled the IV line at the patient at the hospital.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was dark, man. You have to go watch these. Anyway,
yeah, that's let's do like this. Let's put the link. Because I'm sure on YouTube there is like a compilation of these things.
I'm sure there's a compilation, yeah.
So Kurt will make sure to put a link that we will definitely remember about this.
If not, I'll put it during the premiere.
He will put a link to this reference to the panda.
Oh my God, the panda
in the comments. Like the first comment will be the link to the panda commercial.
God, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, we've already been like 5 minutes into the podcast and we've already derailed everything.
Yeah, we have derailed completely. Like we had a clear line of what we were gonna talk about and everything. I even forgot to start the timer to know what time.
That's okay.
How much we are yapping.
Yeah,
basically. But yeah, so Christmas time. I am also going on holiday. I'm going to visit my family. So at this time, right now, I'm in Italy.
Wait, who's the imposter then?
Well, shit, that's a good question.
That broke the fourth wall very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, and right now probably I'm in a food coma after my father's Christmas dinner. Actually, my father makes Christmas dinner. We usually help out, like
is a good chef.
Well, I mean, he was a chef for quite a number of years.
Okay, so he's a professional.
He's a professional.
Okay, nice.
And nowadays he teaches at the local ITS, we call it, is the Institute of Tourism Studies. Basically, like teaches cookery, I suppose, food preparation and that sort of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we get to enjoy all the good meals that come after. And typically, it involves a lot of food comas afterward. So yeah.
So we are gonna be in a food coma. By the way, by the time this is airing, I'm probably still eating. I'll still be sitting at the table eating.
At 7 in the evening.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That will be, Christmas lunch I would say in Italy in general, but especially in the South, it just ends. Because this is the thing, obviously,
when like the last person loses consciousness.
Yeah, basically yes. Like the Christmas, the Christmas Eve dinner ends right before you go to mass. So like around midnight. So you start around 7, 8 p.m. and you eat for the next 4 or 5 hours. And the same on the 25th and on the 26th. As well, because we have another lunch on the 26th, because in Italy we celebrate for 3 days, not only 24th and 25th, but also 26th we call it Santo Stefano, which is
San Stefano,
and we eat again.
In fact, I can confirm I've never seen Peppe eat anything else. So he eats for 3 days a year and then just doesn't eat for the rest of the year.
Yes, to be honest, I try not to eat until New Year's, until the 31st, basically. It becomes difficult to eat. From the 26th to the 31st.
I imagine it's very difficult to just walk after all that food.
My God.
But yeah, I mean,
the food coma is a serious matter in Italy, especially in the south of Italy.
I mean, Malta is not too much to
it's not very different. Yeah, it's not very different.
We eat a lot,
to be honest.
Yes, like it's a thing. Like, and it isn't just Christmas lunch. And there's obviously the dessert, and then there's tea, and like everything that keeps going. Yeah, forever. You just don't eat for like 3 days afterwards. I completely agree with you.
But and you're gonna have leftovers for the rest. For the next 2 months.
Exactly.
The next 2 months, you have so many leftovers that you need to eat.
This reminds me of one of the things that we published in our
correct
50 in the app. What was it? Epigeeks 15 days of homebrew.
15 days of homebrew.
Yeah,
which, by the way, today is the last day. Today is the last day of the Epigeeks.
This was so much fun, though. I have to admit. I mean, I haven't. First and foremost, thank you for supporting
very much.
us.
Thank you very much for all the one that supported us.
Yeah.
Even just with a like and a share and a comment on the posts on Instagram. As always, you guys have been absolutely incredible, and thank you for all the support.
That was our Christmas gift to us.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Reminds me of the what did we call it? I keep forgetting the names. The Hearty Feast.
Yes.
The Hearty Holiday Feast.
I mean, one of the items. I mean, we don't want to spoil. We don't want to spoil for the people that is not.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to ruin the enjoyment for you guys.
Exactly.
But yeah, so if you're interested in getting 15 homebrew items, 3 of which have been published,
they're already on our Instagram.
They're on Instagram. Find them. You can go on our Patreon on the Super Geek tier, and you'll have access to these 15 items. And in a few days, probably we'll just bundle them together for ease of access. They'll be available for all our Super Geek patrons. We've had so much fun making them. I mean, first and foremost,
It was a lot of fun.
That's meeting when
coming up.
Yeah, we've said this in the past, but Pep and I have a meeting every 2 weeks. We call the board of directors meeting, which is super ridiculous, but we love it. He doesn't, I do.
Yeah, that's.
And we had to come up with the 15 different ideas. Was there a favorite of yours?
Favorite of mine. Well, I must say, and I'm very proud of it. Is the, let's say, I don't want to reveal, but the subclass we made.
Okay.
The subclass we made is my absolute favorite.
My favorite one, I think, just for the sheer giggles of it, is the Mariah.
I know, the Mariah. The Mariah is so good. The Mariah was an immediate yes. Like from both of us, we said yes.
We had this idea almost at the same time, kind of like, you know what we should do? Like, she rises from the depths every year.
Yes, she emerges from the ice in which she's encased.
Exactly.
Actually, she did a video a couple of years ago, just literally being encased in ice. But yeah, it was super fun. I remember we spent an entire evening, I think, until like midnight or something.
Coming up with them.
One of the many.
One of the many. Outlining like what we wanted to do with them and how we're going to do it and stuff like that. It was fun. I mean, honestly, like, I haven't done homebrew stuff like that in a while.
Yeah.
Campaign building and that sort of thing typically lends itself to homebrew, but I haven't done it in a while. So.
Yeah, but not so heavily themed.
Yeah,
and it was the first time for me to do something with such a specific theme.
For me as
well,
it
was a lot of fun because it obviously you bring a lot of things from the real world that gives you inspiration to that, like the Mariah, for example.
And while it may be a little bit comical, like the actual implementation of it mechanically. Like, it's not a joke character.
It's not a joke solid monster. Mechanically, there's solid monsters.
Instead of the Mariah, honestly, I can call it something else, and it genuinely can fit in any campaign.
Exactly.
So it was thematic for for the holiday season, and it was like obviously a little bit tongue in cheek and like
obviously
funny, but we tried to make the releases, the homebrew releases, to be as balanced and mechanically feasible as possible.
Mechanically sound in the sense that, like, if you are actually gonna play a one shot that is Christmas themed or let's say winter themed, you can still use all those items and all those spells and even stat blocks. Like, we released a bunch of stat blocks, like the Santa Claus stat blocks, and you can use them, but you can very easily reflavor them as like different creature, like just changing the name or changing the the name of the powers that they have, but they're still mechanically sound, and you can still use them in your everyday adventure. Actually, we hope you would use it in your everyday adventure, because to be honest, the goal is literally just giving more to the community. Given the fact that D&D, like Wizard of the Coast, this year has not released a ton of stuff. And actually, we can use this as a little bit of a transition.
What we're going to be talking about today.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about one of the few releases of this year. I mean, to be honest, Wizard of the Coast this year released, obviously, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Dungeon Master Guide for the 2024 edition of 5th edition. But that was early in the year.
Very early in the year. And the thing is this, like, those are well and good, but those are the basic building blocks that you need to build the set. I think what players, after having been accustomed to to 5th edition for 10 years, with such a variety of classes itself, actually, like Artificer wasn't in the core, and a lot of other,
and
like,
I'm baffled how it is still not part of the
exactly
core.
Like I would be. I mean, I understand Blood Hunter not being part of the core. That's like created by someone else.
100%.
But
the
like Artificer,
yes.
Come on, man. Anyway, I mean, I can understand that it's not perhaps in the same setting immediately.
But I understand.
But it lends itself so well.
Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master Guide, and Monster Manual are setting agnostic.
In a way,
so they do not belong to any setting.
I agree. But
so the Artificer or Artificer, however you want to call it, we're gonna be calling it both things
Artificer
all the time. The Artificer doesn't have to be Eberron
exactly.
related.
I agree with you in that part. I understand that its origins are from Eberron, but perhaps
But in the same way,
I would have liked it to be part of the PHB.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I think it deserves its spot. Also because it's such a beloved class.
It is.
It's such a beloved class.
And I think in the past, I tried playing Artificer in the past, and I've had fun playing Artificer in the past. I played it in Dungeons of the Mad Mage.
Me too.
In the first level.
I played an Artificer in Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
It was a
Warforged
Artificer, actually. A Warforged Artificer called Tetra.
Nice. No, my Artificer was... By the way, I loved the... Sorry, because we didn't say this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to talk about Eberron Forge of the Artificer. You know, we jumped to it immediately. So we're going to talk about one of the latest release. By the way, we said there were not a lot of releases this year. Eberron Forge of the Artificer was supposed to be a release right after summer. And then it got postponed, got delayed up until basically it came out. Well, there was a pre-release for if you had pre-ordered it and you had a master tier subscription on D&D Beyond, you would have gotten it, I would say...
Was it the 11th of December?
End of November.
All right, okay.
And by... but the official book for everybody else would have come out on the 11th of December.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Yes. That was the date of like the
official release
of the book. A book that I have been going through a little bit. A book that has some good stuff. And I would say I'm talking specifically mechanics. The narrative of it, I'm sure, is pretty good because honestly, the latest releases have been, let's say, story-wise, inspiration-wise, not extremely rich, but they give very good, starting point. So there isn't a lot of depth, and I'm not talking about Eberron specifically. I'm talking about even like the last few releases that there was in the months before. Like in November, there was the two Faerun book,
the Faerun ones,
the Faerun Heroes of Faerun.
Yeah, it was based on the Baldur's Gate 3 characters.
There were a lot of references to the Baldur's Gate 3 characters. There was
also the Astarion book.
There was the Astarion book, which is digital only.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other two books
were also physical.
There was the Astarion book and the Netheril book, which I have not had the opportunity to dive into yet.
I think the Netheril might be very interesting.
Oh,
maybe we'll have an episode on
Netheril.
I know.
I love the history of Netheril. And I haven't got the opportunity to dive into it yet. But I would say the two Faerun books, I would say lore-wise, obviously, they are for the people who comes from 3rd edition and 3.5 edition. They have nothing to do with the books from 3rd edition and 3.5 because those used to go super deep into the lore, super deep into the history of the realms.
These
are a little bit lighter.
Like that. To be fair, I like that they go super deep in the history because it gives context to the Forgotten Realms. In fact, one of my kind of like hobbies, sometimes when I need a little bit of downtime, I'm just reading about something, I tend to go on the D&D wiki.
Ooh, so much stuff there. So much stuff.
Go down the rabbit hole. You know, like early days while you're supposed to be studying, you go on Wikipedia. Instead of studying on, I don't know, pharmaceuticals, you end up reading on, how X-ray works, and then you go into nuclear energy, and then you go into the first atomic bomb, that sort of thing, but the same thing with D&D.
I love
used
to do
the same thing for Warcraft, by the way, on WoW Wiki at the time, or WoWpedia, or whatever it was. Something like, I like the lore heavy stuff.
At this time, the World of Warcraft would be already out, right?
Wait, the housing one, yes.
So... on the 25th.
To be fair, I have been building the house for like the past 2 years.
Already?
Past 2
weeks. Okay.
3 weeks by now. Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right. Is the game, Kurt in the comments, tell us, is the game pretty good? Do you like it? You do not like it? Give us your opinion.
I already know.
So I would say I totally agree with you. I loved the way those books were made for 3.5, for third edition 3.5. I feel fifth edition decided to go lighter because a lot of people tend to
homebrew.
But I think that it's like a vicious circle.
Yeah.
In the sense that a lot of people, they started doing the first books for fifth edition with a lot more lore, and people were sticking to the lore in a way that was not allowing all the new players that came in to make things up, because older generation like mine coming from 3.5, we were by the book, very much by the book. So I had a lot of DMs that were sticking to that lore religiously, and that obviously hinders a little bit your creativity from that side.
So I face a similar problems when I used to role play very, very frequently on World of Warcraft. So World of Warcraft obviously has its own narrative lore,
obviously,
that obviously you unlock as you play the game, which means that role-playing elements had to be set around that. So it gave me a creative outlet in kind of writing and drafting stories which were adjacent to the lore that's happening. You know, so like if a major event happens in the game, you can role play the effects of that event on your own story, kind of. That's one way DMs can go about it. But I understand what you're saying. I think, however, when I started off back, what was it, 2018, 2017, I don't remember when I started D&D, some 8-9 years ago. I remember I tried to look up the lore because we started the Lost Mines of Phandelver. So I wanted to like understand. I wanted to understand, like, okay, so what's been going on? Like, who's the ruler?
Backlog.
And I was
gigantic.
But I couldn't find reliable source of information which were 5th edition relevant, where I could say, okay, I'm gonna have to make shit up. You know, and kind of I felt like I was thrown into the deep end of things. So that's why I decided mostly to start homebrewing, because I said, you know what, if I'm gonna have to create lore for me to put in context the events that are happening. There was some, don't get me wrong, but like if I'm going to make my own lore, I might as well make my own setting, you know, and my own campaigns and stuff like that. That's how I started homebrewing. I started homebrewing exactly after. Actually, I modified some things in Phandelver and then continued Yukabai just after Phandelver.
Okay.
Like I started that setting.
But were you looking into the lore of the Forgotten Realms because you wanted your events to be connected to the events that were happening in the world in that moment, or just for your own sake?
Both. Because honestly, you know what I was looking for? I was looking for a calendar. I was trying to place where the events of Phandelvers are happening.
That's crazy.
Yes. But I didn't know it was my first time actually delving into D&D.
Yeah. And actually, I think the problem there was that a lot of people does not accept as canonical the events of 4th edition.
Yeah, but there's just like people being sour about it, you know.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't like 4th edition.
But this is the thing, even Wizard of the Coast didn't like 4th edition, so they rewrote a lot of the story that they had written for 4th edition.
I hate when people retcon or rewrite their stories, man. Just stick by what you said and just justify it alternatively. Like Warcraft is doing it right now, actually. I know I keep jumping back on Warcraft.
As in rewriting?
Not rewriting. Like
justifying stuff.
We had
from
a
the
very
past.
bad expansion, which was Shadowlands. It was horrible. Like it was when it was a very good team up until Legion. And then kind of like they left and it was the whole kerfuffle. And then they came back now for the new expansions. And the story is obviously a lot better now because they're part of the original crew that helped World of Warcraft become what it is. So Shadowlands was in the between. So it was shit lore, shit everything. Everybody hated it.
Okay.
Myself included.
Just like 4th edition.
Just like 4th edition. Yeah, but instead of rewriting it and saying like, okay, so this never happened, they're writing stories to justify what happened in the Shadowlands. To say, okay, so that had this effect because of this. And it was never like, oh, this was the bad guy all along kind of thing. Because that's what Shadowlands gave us. Shadowlands gave us the main villain of everything.
Okay.
Being, okay, so this was the bad guy all along. Like, who the fuck are you? This is the first time we're hearing about you.
Yeah.
You know, like Arthas, the Lich King, was controlled by this guy. fuck
Yeah, like
off.
if there is zero foreshadowing, doesn't make sense to say this is what's behind everything.
It is the narrative
yeah?
equivalent of somehow Palpatine is back.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
and it's like,
absolutely.
Such
Absolutely.
a shit line.
Yes.
Anyway, I digress.
So what happened is that a lot of people didn't like 4th edition. 4th
Yeah.
edition was a critical failure.
Mhm.
It was a natural one, basically. Was a failure on sales, was a failure on the lore side. Like nobody liked it for any reason. And
3rd edition was very big. 3rd edition was very big.
3rd edition was the biggest until 5th came out.
Yes.
And obviously 3rd edition had no push.
And 3rd
3rd
edition
and 3.5. 3.5 even more. Because, I mean, 3rd edition lasted 8 months.
Yeah,
really.
and then 3.5.
Then 3.5 came in.
But 3.5 is like the iconic D&D.
Yeah.
I think when people think of D&D before 5th edition, obviously, it is the iconic D&D.
I mean, the red box, like, older generations of players would disagree with us, but for our generation, 3rd edition is the...
And I never played 3rd edition, by the way. I never played 3rd edition. But, like, the artwork is iconic.
Oh my God. The books are so good.
And it's like the typical... Hero Quest, the board game? It's that kind of artwork. It's so iconic of, like 80s fantasy mythos kind of thing.
No, and also the quality of the books.
90s
the quality of the books is through the roof. Like, you can't find a bad book. You cannot find...
Yeah.
I dare you to go back in 3rd edition and find me a bad book. There were books for
you have a challenge.
Everything. Everything. There were books on a single city. There were books on regions.
There the Book of Shadows or something like that? Was there something like the Book of Shadow Evil or something like that?
Yeah, there is the Book of Vile Darkness, which is an actual item in Dungeons and Dragons.
There was like a whole book published on it, I remember,
And there is the Book of Exalted Deeds, which is an actual item in D&D. And that was like the Book of All Things Evil and the Books of All Things Good. Fantastic books.
That's what I mean.
Both of them.
That's what I mean.
Incredible books.
And they
very controversial.
Yeah, but...
especially the Book of Vile Darkness today could not be published.
I understand.
Because it goes over themes that are incredibly dark and incredibly disturbing. So the audience, today's audience of Dungeons and Dragons is not ready for that.
I agree. But that's what I mean by lore. Like, they took the lore in the game and they brought it to real life just so that you can play it better.
Yeah.
And I like that.
It was incredible. Yeah. So if we go back in time, in 3rd edition is when Eberron was created. Because meanwhile, the Forgotten Realms go back.
Yes,
well, not back to 1st edition, because the first real world was Greyhawk.
Greyhawk is true.
Greyhawk was the first real setting.
Greyhawk.
After Greyhawk, we had the Forgotten Realms, and during, actually, not even 3rd edition, 3.5 was the one that launched Eberron. And I remember when Eberron came out, I was so excited because it's such a great set. It's written in an incredible way. And I have to say, my personal opinion, you might not agree, you might not like the flavor of Eberron. I love the flavor of Eberron because it is not full steampunk, is not full dark fantasy, is not full heroic fantasy, but it has a little bit of all the three.
It reminds me very much of the Critical Role campaigns setting, kind of, where there's like just enough magic, and just enough technology, and just enough non-technology. Kind of, it's like this balance about all of them.
The Exandria of Critical Role is very much high fantasy.
I'm thinking more about like the campaign 4. It's giving me those vibes.
Campaign 4, this one?
Yeah.
This one that is running now?
Yeah.
So no Exandria, you're talking about Araman.
No, Araman, yeah, sorry, that's what I was referring to.
Okay, I don't know if there is that level of technology in Araman.
I think there is. It's giving me the vibe that there is, at least.
No, what really gave me the vibe of Eberron in Exandria is this one city that I think they go to it. In campaign 2, there is like a festival. And it's not in Exandria, sorry, it's in... oh my god, what's the name of the other continent? I'm
Come
blanking.
on.
Welcome to Wildmount.
Wildmount.
Wildmount. In Wildmount, there is this one city where there is like a ton of dwarves and gnomes, and everybody has like firearms. Like all the guards, like they have firearms.
Yeah.
It's not Whitestone, by the way.
Yeah.
That's like 20 years after Percy creates the firearms and stuff. And it's like this industrial, like semi-industrial city. I can't remember the name of the town, but that's the real flavor of Eberron. Because in Eberron, this is the thing. In Eberron, there is elements of dark fantasy, elements of steampunk, and elements of semi-heroic fantasy. Like you can play whatever of these three themes perfectly
and it fits.
In Eberron, and it fits.
Yeah. So that answered the question I was going to ask you, like, what is Eberron? And honestly, that frames it pretty well.
Yeah,
but
so it's a setting.
Essentially it's its own setting. Like in the general cosmology or mythos of the D&D universe, the official D&D universe.
So yeah, it's one of the material planes.
One
of the material planes is a planet.
Exactly. It's a planet, which is very far away actually from where Aber and Toril are, like which are the main planets of
theoretically, yes. Even though the distance between worlds is not really
measured, but it's
identified,
Yeah, but it is said that it is very, very much far away.
Yes.
And not many ways you can actually travel to it directly.
From and to.
Yeah.
There are ways, but there are some shadow passage from the Shadowfell.
From the Shadowfell.
There's some Fey passages from the Feywild. Because, for example, Eberron was the first, and this is a nugget of knowledge that I remember. Thank you to my old dungeon masters from third edition. Eberron was the first one treating goblin and goblinoids as an actual race. As in, there was the race already, but it was never not a tribal, just, wild creature. It was actually a civilized part of hobgoblin, goblins, orcs. They are part of the culture of Corvoir. I don't know if it's the correct pronunciation, but should be close enough.
Yeah.
Which is the word of Eberron. And basically, they were also the first one connecting goblin and goblinoids in general to the Feywild.
Yeah.
They were not treated as these
Fey
wild creatures, but
yeah.
like they were like Fey-ish in origin. Fey adjacent, yes.
So yeah, I mean, there's also, I believe, I seem to have read somewhere that there's a portal from Ravenloft leading to Eberron, and there was an interest by Lolth to do some shit in Eberron as well.
That's something I don't know about.
I read about it a few days ago, actually. Okay. Because like one of those things, like I saw this and I was like, okay, so let me have a look at what Eberron is, and then and traveling to it, and you end up asking yourself, okay, so can a spelljammer make it to Eberron? And it's not conclusive yet. We don't know yet.
It definitely can.
You're going, well, if there's phlogiston, yes. If there's phlogiston, yes. If there isn't, you're fucked.
So yeah, Eberron is a fantastic setting.
It is.
Again, it might be controversial opinion. I think is the best written setting for 5th edition. The books, Eberron, what is it called? Last War or something like that. It's one of my favorite books. It's also one of the thickest books they made.
Thick.
It's a thick.
Chunky.
It's a really chunky book. It's the biggest book they made before the New Player's Handbook, which is now the thickest.
Yeah.
There is also a couple of expansion on the DM's Guild, which are written by the original writer of Eberron, which I have not read myself, but I have heard both on the internet and people that bought it because they're super fan of Eberron. It's exquisite writing, exquisite material for a campaign in Eberron. Actually, I do think if we ever run a D&D game, you should really look into Eberron because you would love it.
I've been reading a lot about it lately, honestly. And to be fair, like I think, is it the correct me if I'm wrong? Is it the setting that introduced the Artificers?
Yes. Artificers were born.
So they weren't like
in
something
Eberron.
like a standalone thing and then intro. It was always in Eberron.
It was always in Eberron. They were the first class.
I mean,
I think as a class, like as a full class, They were the first full class introduced in third edition after the player's handbook. Because this is the thing, in third and 3.5 edition, there were no subclasses. There were prestige classes, which were classes that you had to qualify by having like prerequisites, and you could multi-class into that prestige class, which was always like, okay, so you're a rogue, so you want to become an assassin, so you have to have this, and this, and then you can multi-class into assassin. Or what do you want to be? You're a wizard, you want to be an elected of Mistra, then you have to have this. So, for example, minimum you have to have the ability to cast 5th level spells. You have to have this feat, and then you can multi-class into being, Master of the Seven Veils or whatever. So there were a lot of these like prestige classes, but there were no other base class, like starting from level 1.
And that was the Artificer.
And the Artificer, I believe, was the first one that was introduced.
So the Artificer, I think we actually have to talk about, obviously that's the whole point of today's discussion, apart from wishing you a very happy holiday. An Artificer in general is one of my favorite classes, and I know that comes as a shock to you because I've always kind of like shown my love to the Great Old One Warlock. Obviously, it's really good. It's really nice,
but it doesn't come as a surprise at all.
No, I mean, look, Artificer,
the Artificer is the crafter class. Is the crafter class. How is that?
As much as I love the Witcher and, like, for example, Blood Hunters, as much as I love the Warlocks, there's a certain special. As much as I like the Bladesinger, wizard, like there's a special place in my heart for the Artificer, and any kind of Artificer, honestly. Not just, for example, the Alchemist or the Artillerist. It's just even some homebrew versions. Like
there was a very good number of homebrews expanding on because obviously when it came out in 5th edition, initially in the first Eberron book that came out, there were only 2 subclasses, which was the Artillerist and the
Armorist. The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. Yeah, and the Alchemist was pretty bad.
It was really bad. Like no one used it.
Yes, the Artillerist was okay. The Artillerist was okay. It was not bad.
To be fair, it was the only remaining option.
The best option of the 2. Then Tasha's Cauldron of Everything brought us 2 more, which was the Battlesmith and the Armorer.
Yes,
which were both really sound. Really sound subclasses, even better than the Artillerist. So then became Battlesmith, Armorer, more or less on the same level. Then we had the Artillerist, and then the poor Alchemist. In our new book, we have a rework for 2024 of the whole class of the Artificer.
They're so good, man.
We have a rework of the 4 subclasses. So Alchemist, Artillerist, Armorer, and Battlesmith. But also we have a 5th subclass.
I know, I was so excited about this.
The Cartographer.
I'm so excited about it because, like, how the fuck do you roleplay? Like, not roleplay. Like, how the fuck do you mechanically make a Cartographer work? That being said,
it's so good. It's a very sound subclass.
Specifically,
it's a very good subclass.
To be honest, I don't know whether we're gonna have enough time to go through all of them. But
we are
for sure.
We are.
So, first and foremost, the artwork on this is so good.
The artwork is pretty good. So this is the thing, the entire book, the entire module is made like in a very noir style. Like if you see the chapters, they have like this introduction over here. It's a very in a very specific style, which I love the shit out of. Is it cold?
It is getting
not cold, but it's chilly. Yes. So the Artificer had a overall rework.
An overhaul, honestly.
Rework.
Overhaul.
Which I really enjoy. I think the Artificer was. So this is the thing. As a class, the Artificer. Okay, first of all, what is the Artificer? The Artificer is a half spellcaster.
Yes. Very creative.
A very creative half spellcaster.
Where you would have. Does it still fall under? I think it still falls under Arcana.
Yes.
Technically speaking. But they don't cast spells in the conventional sense that they draw upon the magical energies and they manifest spells. They typically, like roleplay wise, they they create their spells. Like, for example, if it's a firebolt, it might be a thing that shoots a firebolt.
Yeah, that's one of the readings.
Yeah, one of the, and I quite like them.
They are
magical.
They are magical.
They are magical.
The only thing is that instead of using a wand, they use a set of tools.
Exactly.
Like that's their whole thing. Yeah, their arcane focus basically is a set of tools.
It's a set of tools. But like, for example, like if you want to, I imagine like an artificer, if they want to cast the grease, they get like a grease gun.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's a very creative way to manifest the spell of the artificer. Yes.
Yeah.
So they are partially caster. So they are half caster. And I would say, meanwhile, before they were, in my opinion, a little bit behind the other half casters.
They were.
I think right now they are ahead of all the other half casters. They're ahead of the ranger. They're ahead of the paladin. Ahead of obviously the fighter, Eldritch Knight, and the rogue arcane trickster, which are like 1/3 casters.
Yeah.
Because they still only have spell slot until level 5. But the rest of the class has been
made more viable, I suppose.
It had like very slight nerfs in very small things, but then like the good things are really good. Yeah.
So where are we beginning?
So let's have a quick general look at the abilities that they get each level.
Okay, so
we go through the artificer in general very quickly.
To start off, like obviously, like spellcasting ability is the intelligence one, and as a hit point, they start with a D8.
They're a D8, respectable, which is way better than all the other casters.
I think the only one that's higher than that is
cleric and druid.
Yeah,
they are the same on a D8.
Is there anything with a D10?
Yes, but it's not a
caster.
It's not a caster. Well, it's a half caster, which is the paladin.
Yeah,
and Warriors? The ranger as well. Yeah, but fighter also has a D10, but fighter only the Eldritch Knight is a caster.
Exactly.
You know.
So yeah, I mean D8 is a respectable hit point dice to start with.
Also, they get proficiency in simple weapons as a class in general. They get proficiency in light, medium armor and shield, which is really good.
Yes. Very easily bumping up your AC by 2 at the very least.
Exactly. And also, like, if you consider the fact that the best medium armor gives you already 17 in armor class, it's a bit pricey because it's 750 gold. It's the half plate.
Yeah.
But it gives you already 17. With a shield, you get a 19 AC, which is pretty fucking good. Like, whoever is wearing a heavy armor and a shield is only going up to 20.
Yeah.
So you're like pretty much there.
1 point away. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're pretty much there.
Yeah.
So light, medium armor, and shield. And then you get a bunch of tool proficiencies because you get automatically thief tools and tinker's tools. And then each you get one artisan tools, and each subclass you choose gives you another tool proficiency based on that subclass. So you end up with 4 or 5 tools proficiencies.
But here's the thing: tool proficiencies are. So here's the thing: thematically, I understand where they're coming from, but to actually use them in a campaign, it depends heavily on the player, and obviously the collaboration with the DM, because the player needs to be actually willing to
seeking out
use of them.
Yes, you know. But this is the thing,
and they
with the rework that they did of the crafting rules, now the tools are actually useful,
and we're going to have to go over that sometime.
Yes, those are not simple. I mean, to be honest, they are simple. They're just not so easy to remember.
Yeah, you may need a cheat sheet behind your DM
yes,
screen, you know?
Yes. Yeah. But they're actually they have been simplified and they have been structured well enough to allow you to use them. Because before, crafting was a mess. That's the thing. Before the Artificer, which is, the maker class, is the constructor?
The builder, I suppose.
The builder, let's say the builder class.
Yeah.
Didn't have rules to build stuff.
Yeah.
Could just make up some magical items, but just as part of their class. They couldn't actually take raw material and build something. Meanwhile, now they are really good at that. Because every subclass gives you half your time to half the time that you use to build stuff, and it's based on which one is your subclass. So the artillerist, for example, half the time that it takes you to create wands. The alchemist, half the time that it takes to make potions. The armorer, half the time that it takes you to build magical armor, and the battlesmith, half the time that it takes you to make magical weapons.
Yeah.
So each one of them is specialized.
And the cartographer, half the time to make a map.
No, half the time to make scrolls.
Yeah,
Magical scrolls.
Yeah, I can't imagine maps being weapons.
Well, in his case, it kinda is.
Yeah, like, can you imagine, like, how would you weaponize a map? Like, treasure over here, and it's actually like a purple worm pit.
Listen, they actually did weaponize it in the sense that you can cast spells on people without seeing them, because you see them. Like, imagine like the Marauders map.
Yeah, magical map. So yeah,
if you can see someone through the map, you can cast a spell that needs the line of sight on them.
Yeah,
which is it sounds a little bit broken.
Yeah, but we'll see.
A little bit broken. But anyway, so they got a overall, let's say, rework. So they get still 2 cantrips like before. Their arcane focus is a tool. So thieves tools, thinkers tools, or any other artificer tools that you get proficiency to, you can use it as your spellcasting focus. But some subclasses allows you to also use a weapon, for example.
Yeah.
Or a wand, obviously. Like the artillerist will allow you to use a wand.
Absolutely.
The battlesmith will allow you to use a weapon. They get spell slot like everybody else. They're based on intelligence, so still an intelligence class caster. They can change spell, prepare spell whenever they finish a long rest.
Yeah.
So they pretty much cast spells like the cleric and the druid.
Yes.
At every long rest, they can swap their entire list of spells. Like the wizard, but the wizard does not have the entire list of spells memorized. They only have whatever they have on their spell book.
Yeah, and they can learn them as they go along as
exactly.
well.
Like the advantage of the wizard is that you can add all those spells because they have the biggest.
And you've got no limit to adding them, just preparing them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then they get Tinker's Magic, which gives them another cantrip, which is a very basic cantrip for someone like an Artificer, which is the Mending cantrip. So basically, you get 3 cantrip because everyone gets Mending plus 2 cantrip that you can choose, and it's a pretty. I mean, flavor wise is perfect for the Artificer. And then with the Tinker's Magic, as a magic action, you can use your Tinker's tools to create 1 item. Which is going to be just like a basic item, but like anything that you can find in the player's handbook. So it can be, ball bearings, can be a flask, can be a grappling hook, can be manacles. And to be honest, I really like this because before the Tinker's Magical, like I don't remember what it was called before, but it only allowed you to create like a trinket that could do like either light or like it could play like a little bit of music, or you could say like a word or like a sentence into it, and it could
very
repeat.
Lackluster,
was like, I mean, flavor wise maybe was nice. But was it useful ever?
No, I don't think it was ever. I mean, they were very situational. Like, if you want to cast light on something, like, for example, what's the use of it? Like, maybe, like, light a pebble and throw it down a well to see how deep it is. Maybe, like, light a... I remember, like, I used to light a shield because none of the party had dark vision. No,
and this is the thing. Like, was even less than the actual light country.
Exactly. It was very,
because
very
it was
limited.
only 5 feet of light. So 5 feet of bright light, 5 feet of dim light. Like...
And 10 feet, like, what
are you gonna do? Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this at least allows you to create an item that you're not gonna always have at the ready, I don't know, shovel.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are these times that you might need a shovel
or a torch,
or a torch.
Yeah.
And as an artificer, you say, "Hey, don't worry, I got you."
Just pick up from my bag, get a piece of this, this. Yeah.
And I think that enhances the flavor of the Artificer a lot.
And it lasts for a long rest, at which point afterwards kind of like it vanishes. So I think roleplay wise you can say kind of like it's made in a hurry, so kind of like degrade kind of thing, like falls apart.
Funnily enough, during this is something that I saw today because I went to check the version that they gave us in the Unearthed Arcana. these in the Unearthed Arcana did the same thing, but the item only lasted 1 hour. Which, funnily enough, if you created bedroll for yourself, you could not take a long rest in it because it would disappear after 1 hour.
You would sleep in it,
yes,
and then wake up without it. At least saves up on the cleanup.
So you could not take a long. So now it ends when you end your next long rest.
Yeah,
so if you have to, like, you know, if you are in an emergency situation, you have to make a bedroll.
Yeah,
you can actually take a rest on it.
Yeah. So what's on level 2?
So level 2, they get the new ability, which is not a new ability, it's a rework of the previous.
Which was, I think, the infusions before?
Was the infusions, yeah. So no more infusion, you have the replicate magic item.
That's interesting.
So basically...
I mean, the infusions did create some magical items in some of them.
Yes.
Like, I remember
you could choose from a list.
Yes.
But you also had the infusion that you were applying on items,
like a +1 or whatever,
like a +1 or like a repeating crossbow, repeating shot crossbow.
But there was also the, for example, creation of bag of holding as an infusion.
So now all the infusion are actually items. So they took whatever was you were adding to it and they made it into an item. Yes. Yeah. So even the repeating shot crossbow, for example, or the mind sharpener, which is one of the best infusion you can make, which basically allow you, when you fail a constitution saving throw, like a concentration check, not a constitution saving throw, a concentration check, you can just expend a charge to succeed instead. That is now actually a magical item that they can create using the replicate magic item.
And bag of holding and stuff like that.
Bag of holding.
Obviously, like, bag of holding is incredibly useful. Like, starting at level 2 with a bag of holding is very, very useful. And to be fair, it's not something that a lot of campaigns start. Well, it depends. Like, if you're starting a campaign from scratch, probably, especially if they're new players, like a level 2 bag of holding is typically out of the question. Yeah. Or at least not easily found. But like, the bag of holding is one of those things that you give to your players so they don't have to worry about their inventory kind of thing.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it's also very good to just have the legitimate mechanical way to get it rather than a DM just, oh, look, here's a bag of holding.
So Dungeon Master, please give a bag of holding to your players.
Make your players make one of your players an artificer.
Nah. So this is the thing. So yes, as an artificer, you're still using one of your items to make a bag of holding.
Yes.
So as a dungeon master, you should actually give a bag of holding and not let the poor player create something for themselves or for their friends and not the bag of holding.
It's a team building game. That's how you write it on a CV.
But to be honest, yes, no, and that's one of the best part of being an artificer, because you can be you can be a selfish artificer and just create all your infusion for yourself, or your magical item for yourself, not infusion anymore. Or you can do infusion for, let's say, only one of the party members is a human. Yeah. And they don't see in the dark. Yeah. You can create goggles of night for them. Give them the goggles of night and they can see in the dark, like everybody else. So yeah, there is a list of curated items.
Here's the good thing about it. Like, for example, that is a situational item. So yes, you can give them the goggles of night for when you're exploring a cavern. But then once you get out of the cavern, you're kind of like, okay, you don't need this anymore. You just remove it and turn it into something else. Yes. You can create something else which is more useful to you at the time. And that versatility is really like the crux of what an artificer should be and how they should operate. They are a half caster or a partial caster, but they're also like a support class from that point of view. Absolutely. You know, they're built to be a support class. I mean, yes, you can have them like deal lots of damage and make them very defensive and that sort of, but they're
really good at serving support. So many different purposes.
Yes,
absolutely. They're absolutely built for that. And if you use them in the right way, they are really they become literally the sharpest tool in the shed. They do become.
See what you did there.
The sharpest tool in the shed. So yeah, so up to level 2.
The shed of holding.
Up to level 2, they have a list of items. From level 6 onwards, they get, obviously better items that they can create. Yeah. At level 10, they have another list. And obviously the list, this is an example of a list. Because they get like, a type of... a rarity of item that they can create. So they start from common items, they can create uncommon and then rare and then so on and so forth. I think the highest that they can do is, I think, rare or very rare. I'm not 100% sure right now. I think rare.
I'm seeing are currently rare.
Yes. which still, they get a number. Also, they now get a number of projects, like a kind of like like blueprints,
plans,
and like plans. Yes, they are called plans, and that's the magic item you know how to build, and then you have a list of the ones that you can actually build. So you have a limit of, like, let's say you have 4 plans. I think you begin with 4 plans, and you can build 2 you can have 2 creations out of those.
It's a very similar mechanic to known spells and prepared.
Exactly, similar concept, but for the Artificer. Then obviously at level 3 you choose your subclass, so like Alchemist, Armorer, Artillerist, Battlesmith, or Cartographer. Level 4 you get an ability score improvement, or like everybody else, or a feat. Well, actually, right now you only get a feat, because ability score improvement is a feat. So technically you just get a feat. You are right. At level 6 you get magic item Tinkerer, which helps you charge a magical item or drain a magical item. So you can expend a spell slot to add charges to an item that has charges, or you can consume a magical item in order to recharge one of your spell slots.
I mean, something that comes to mind is like at low level, perhaps you might get one of these useless stuffs, for example, like maybe something that creates water.
Stuff of flowers.
Or whatever. You don't really need it, so you take charges from it. And I mean, that's a similar mechanic to kind of like the sorcerer points kind of thing, like where you expend them, but this is all a magical item.
And also they did something similar with the druid wild shape. You can use one of the charges of the wild shape if you don't have more spells to generate a spell, like the sorcerer does with the sorcery points. Basically.
Also in Baldur's Gate 3, the wizard does the same but he has arcane charges.
Does it?
Yeah, in Baldur's Gate 3 you can.
I didn't play it enough.
If you're a wizard, then if you play Gale, for example.
By the way, guys, I've started the run of Baldur's Gate 3 on my own.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I've abandoned it as well. No, I haven't played in a couple of weeks, but just because I've been so busy.
I finished it for like the 5th time last week. I played Dark Urge. I finished Dark Urge.
Yeah, I remember like you were pretty traumatized by playing Dark Urge.
It was. I needed to play like a Butterflies and Flowers game after that.
The only thing I know is that Dark Urge is a white Dragonborn.
Not necessarily, but like the default one is a white.
The default one, yes.
Yeah, default one.
Never played enough Baldur's Gate to know what Dark Urge is. But anyway, so going back on because we are already quite deep into the episode. And the third thing that the magical item Tinker allows you to do is transmute a magical item. So you can spend just an action and turn one of your creations into another one of your creations. So that's the point of having more plans than the items you can actually create.
I imagine,
if it's something that is like very situational that you have in your plans, you can say, hey, I'm not going to need this every day. I'm going to have these ones ready that are the ones that I use every day. And then just in case, I'm going to have this. And from 6th level onwards, you just need an action. And you create the new one.
I can imagine like maybe like a firearm or something like morphing, like you folding it
into something else.
Crossbow or something like that.
That's super cool. At level 7, you get one of the strongest abilities of the Artificer, which is the Flash of Genius. So basically, whenever someone within 30 feet of you that you can see fails a saving throw or an ability check, you can take a reaction and give them a bonus to the roll equal to your intelligence modifier, so which is
to be obviously
theoretically your highest. Also, this is something that they have clarified in this ability. Before, it was not specified when you were applying this bonus. If it was before the roll, or after the roll and before knowing the outcome, or after knowing the outcome.
Now it's after failing.
So you are always using it when you actually need it. So it's an optimization of the use of Flash of Genius.
Here's the thing. They fail an ability check.
Or a saving throw.
That's interesting, because an ability check, something like, for example, like investigation, right? Only the DM can know whether you failed or not, strictly speaking, because I don't know, like I find like the DM has to tell you like you failed the roll kind of thing, because
kinda tells you.
Kinda tells you. I mean,
and
to
that's
be
why
fair, nowadays we're seeing a lot more DMs kind of like doing a bit more of a gradient kind of thing rather than a hard DC.
like levels of success or level of failure.
Exactly. I wonder how that might work. I mean, for saving throws is pretty much yes or no kind
saving
of
throw is
thing.
black or white.
Yeah, but
Yes.
like something like perception, investigation, maybe something which is not outright.
Now I would say maybe more than that. I would say, let's say a history check, for example. I do
Do you remember? Yes
gradient of success or gradient of failure, in the sense that, like, okay, the DC to know everything that there is to know
might be 18,
about these is like
18,
18, but like if you roll like a 16, I'll give you some.
Yeah, exactly.
If you roll 14, I'll give you a little bit.
Yeah.
If you roll 10, I'm gonna tell you, hey, you don't remember. If you roll 22, I'm gonna tell you everything you might know and maybe some obscure, fact.
Exactly.
But in that case, I mean, you have a general idea of when someone fails an ability check. Or I mean, saving throw is much easier, but an ability check you can have an idea. And as and again, I don't think is a narrative tool.
I think this is meant to kind of like safeguard from like the natural one that you get.
Yeah, I mean, you might. You might.
I don't know. I mean, it's
or like, you know, if you're doing a stealth check and everybody rolls, 14, 15, 17, and then someone rolls like a 4.
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm gonna give you flash of genius, so you at least you come, closer.
You were too smart.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and that's literally like how I imagine that. Like in a stealth situation, is like someone is like about to drop a vase, and you as the artificer, no more than grabbing it, like you see that person like getting too close to the thing, and you're like, like just stopping instead of because you must be like super dexterous in order to grab the vase. But you must be like very attentive and very to calculate when you're going to hit the thing and then just stop you in your tracks,
or like use something else like that's thunder.
Wow.
Like use like this whole like a Rube Goldberg machine, like you tip something over which hits a ball, which hits something
which stops. That's good. That's good. So level 6 they get flash of genius, level 7, and they can use it a number of times equal to the intelligence modifier per long rest. So not a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, still a good amount of time, but later on during their career, that will become on a short rest. So it's really good. Level 10, they get the ability to attune to an extra magic item. So
that was always a staple of Artificers.
Absolutely. Yes. They can attune, because obviously they are so good with using these items that they have the ability to attune to more of them compared to every other class. Level 11 is when the Artificer really becomes the best version of itself. And now more than ever, because at level 11 they get the spell storing item. So when you finish a long rest, you can touch either a weapon or another item
that you can use a spell.
Exactly. So it can be a tool, can be a wand, can be a weapon, can be maybe even a shield, I would say. Why not? You are proficient in shields, like anything that can be an item that you need to hold, basically. You need to be holding. And you can store a spell in it. And now the spell can be a first level, a second level, or a third level.
And we all know which spell we're talking about at third level.
So
counter spell. No.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, it has to be a spell. It cannot be counter spell.
No, of course.
Unfortunately. It has to be a spell that has an action, that costs an action to cast.
We're talking about Fireball.
Obviously. Now, the Artificer does not have Fireball in its spell list.
What can we do?
Well, there is one Artificer that has Fireball. The Artillerist gets Fireball. And actually, I believe it's the Battlesmith, I think gets Lightning. Lightning Bolt.
Is good.
Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is also, it's not as good as Fireball, but it's also pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, spell storing item. So you get level 1, level 2, level 3 spell, and you get 10 charges. 10 charges per day.
That's good. That's really good.
10 fucking fireballs. Because this is the thing, you don't have to be the one using it.
Okay, so
So you can take a wand.
So let's compare it to a comparable level wizard, for example.
Mhm.
How many level 3 spell slots does a
Level 11. Level 11, so you would have 3 slots of third level, 3 slots of fourth level, and 1 slot of fifth level.
So that's 4-3-1.
Mhm.
4 and 4,
No,
8.
3-3-1.
3-3-1. So that's 3-3-1. That's 6-7.
Mhm.
You can cast more fireballs than a wizard in a day.
Obviously, you're casting all of them at third level. Meanwhile, they will be casting it at higher level, but still, that's insane.
Yeah.
Also, because
I think dice rolled for damage in total was still more on the Artificer side.
I don't know. I mean, it might be.
I think sheer number. Like, it's 3 more fireballs.
Yes, it's 3 more. 3 more fireballs is a lot of damage.
Oh, man, maybe
a lot of damage.
But still, regardless.
No, and also the insane thing is that you don't need to be the one casting it.
Yeah. So
you can give it to your barbarian.
So if you give it to your barbarian, for example, would they still be casting a spell or just using the item?
They're using the item. So they just take their action to use the magic action, activate the item, and they are gonna be using your spell attack. They're gonna be using your spell DC.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
it's like a proxy spell kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you could find a way to. Do they have access to a smite?
Not really, because also all the smites are all bonus actions now.
Oh yes, and
all the smite
spells
an action. Are bonus action. It has to be an action.
Oh well.
But yeah, I mean, 10 lightning bolt.
Yeah.
In a corridor. God, imagine you are in a corridor.
It's like a rave.
Like every round, just blasting.
Illithid Colony, what Illithid Colony?
So good.
Yeah.
So good. And also, like at this level, an Artificer has 10 spell slots in total. So you are basically doubling your spell slots.
Oh my god. So
no, level 11 is the level for the Artificer.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Like level 11 is when you actually feel very powerful as an Artificer. It's when you really start becoming a fucking menace.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So if the spell requires concentration, it's also the creature concentrating, so it's not you. Which brings us to something that it's very important that we should say. The Artificer has a little companion that they can summon.
Is it the
homunculus, which can use your spell storing item. So imagine you could cast slow 10 times and not have to concentrate on it. You can cast web 10 times and not have to concentrate on it. You can cast haste 10 times and you don't have to concentrate or take any when haste ends, you have like this round that you are like stunned or something. You don't have to take the
But why would you be stunned if you're not the one benefiting from haste?
That's the thing. The caster is stunned, not whoever is hasted.
I thought it was always the...
No, actually, maybe the person who is hasted.
The target who's hasted is stunned.
The target who's hasted? But like they get like a lethargy backlash. Okay, so okay, haste. Still, you don't have to concentrate on it. You don't have to concentrate on it.
Very fucking good.
Also, because you can make the fucking little homunculi cast a spell and then fuck off.
Yeah.
And never break concentration.
Yeah.
You know? Very powerful. Very powerful. This has always been very powerful, but now that they unlocked level 3 spells for this,
it's insane.
It's really good. Personally, what I would do is get 11 levels in Artificer and then go 9 level Wizard.
Wizard?
Yes, multi-class.
To have access to
more spells.
Yeah, fireball and obviously and that sort of
more
thing.
Spells, more spell slots, even higher level spells.
Would meta magic work on this?
Well, but as a wizard you don't get meta magic.
No, but I'm thinking like if you go in sorcerer instead. Would twin spell, for example, work on this?
On what? On the wand?
I don't think so, right?
No, because you cannot apply it to a magical item.
That
would still be a magical item casting the spell technically.
So that's like a magic action, not a magic.
Exactly.
Not a class.
Exactly. It's not the cast. It's the magic action to cast a spell.
For a second, I got this like image in my mind of like one Artificer with a wand in his hand, and suddenly like 17 fireballs.
Would have been cool.
Regardless.
But that's what third edition was for. Like in third edition, you could build this kind of shit.
I don't think you can twin Fireball because it's not a single target.
It has to be a single target spell.
But you can twin. Wait, Scorched Ray? Can you twin that?
Scorching Ray, no, because it has multiple.
3 targets, right?
Up to 3.
Up to 3.
Technically, you could choose the same target
3 times,
but it has to be in the spell. It has to say you choose one target. If you have the option to do more targets, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Anyway,
so Advanced Artifice at level 14. Level 14. Sorry. Magic item Savant. You can attune to 5 magic items now. That's
dangerously good.
Yeah, you're starting getting a ton of magic items.
That's the thing. Like after level 11 and as an artificer, you start snowballing into how powerful you become. And to be honest, 14 is a little bit of an early level to be this powerful, to be honest.
I mean, level 14,
considering the maximum is 20, I agree. But like, okay, you pass the halfway mark, but you're suddenly attuning to 5 different items. You have the capability of
creating
fireball
5
or lightning 10 times.
Well, but this is the thing. At this point, at level 14, you only have spells that go up to level 4.
Still.
Meanwhile, a wizard is casting 7th level spells.
Yeah, but like the sheer amount of actions you can take and the versatility of them, it's bringing the bell curve low but wider. That's my point.
Yes. You know? Correct.
It's just the sheer number of dice.
You can do like word bending things, but in the amount of versatility that you have in those things that you can do is very good.
Listen, it's the equivalent of saying like, okay, I can get like I don't know, like a demolishing charge on a door to open it, and with that just like blow it open, or I can get 10,000 goblins with a hammer to hit it at the same time. That's the paragon I'm getting. Okay, maybe not 10,000 goblins, but like the Artificer is doing what other classes is doing, in just lower power but greater amount. You know, still achieving similar results.
I mean, just the sheer ability of casting Fireball 10 times in a day, it's insane. Obviously, like, are you gonna use all 10 charges? Probably no.
No, exactly.
But if you are like, the day that you're gonna be in a huge battle, you're gonna be having the fucking time of your life. You're gonna be boom, just blasting like a maniac.
Or just give it to your homunculus and they're classing and while you're doing something.
While you're doing something else. Yes.
So moving on, Refreshed Genius.
Refreshed Genius at level 14, they get Flash of Genius now back on a short rest, which is great. At level 18, they can attune to 6 magic items. At level 19, they get an epic boon like everybody else. And at level 20, so this is a bit of a nerf. Because at level 20, the Soul of Artifice before was absolutely insane. Before, you would get a +1 to all your saving throws for each magical item you were attuned to.
So that's like...
So you would get +6 to all your saving throws. So which would mean pretty much you would almost never fail a saving throw again. Which was a bit insane.
It was.
I mean, it was an extremely good capstone, maybe one of the best capstones. This is not a bad capstone. It's just not
a little
insane.
Bit more,
Yes. They reined in a little bit.
To be fair, they did the insane parts before level 20.
Yes. So you get cheat death, which means that when you go to 0 hit points, you can burn,
but not killed outright.
Not killed outright. Yeah. Obviously, if you get disintegrated, you don't get the time to use this. But yeah, basically, you can burn 1 or more of your hit points or one of the magical items attuned. Sorry, not attuned. It has to be your creations, basically.
Uncommon or rare creations.
Exactly. And you get 20 hit points per magical items that you destroy.
Yeah, so you can get, I don't know.
Which is great because, first of all, you can decide to destroy just 1 and not die. Just go to 20 hit points. But, for example, let's say you're fighting against a super powerful wizard, which could potentially finger of death you if you have less than 100 hit points. You can choose to burn 6 items.
Suddenly you're 120.
You're 120 and they can't finger of death you anymore.
Yeah. So that's one thing you can do. I'm thinking like you can also like just burn like the useless items that you want to create. You know? My God, it's really
I
stormy
mean,
outside.
probably at level 20 you don't have useless
Yeah, but
magical item
yeah,
anymore.
But
if it's a life or death situation, you would rather burn that than die. So
couldn't you create it again, or
you can the day after you can just create it again for free.
Can I just
free?
Can I just critique something? I just don't like the name Cheat Death. I understand what they were going for.
Yes,
I would have liked a more creative Artificer-ish name.
But I mean, to be honest, the name is Soul of Artifice. Yeah, that's the name of the overall ability.
Yeah,
that's like the
Cheat Death.
Yeah,
maybe like I don't know, artificial reconstruction or something like that, you know.
Yeah, they could have done
more flavor.
A little bit more effort. But the second part is also really good, which is magical guidance. Basically, when you finish a short rest, you regain all expended use of your Flash of Genius, and you have attunement. If you have attunement to at least one magical item,
to be the case.
Which is going to be the case.
Like
all
you
the
have,
time.
if you don't have 6 attuned magical items, like what the fuck
like,
are you playing?
Why are you playing an Artificer? Yes, exactly. So Artificer subclasses, we're gonna go fast through those. So the Alchemist, still bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, still bad. Not as bad as it was before, but still pretty
going
bad.
Through it right now.
Still pretty bad.
I mean, I think it may be useful early levels, maybe not so much later on.
So, okay, I'm going to give a little bit of leeway to the Alchemist if your DM allows you to go heavily into crafting.
Yes.
If you can go heavily into crafting and you have a lot of downtime and your DM gives you a lot of gold, you can create a ton of potions because they get the tools of the trade, they get proficiency in alchemist supplies, herbalist kit, and basically you can choose a different artisan tool if you have this already, but basically you have the potion crafting ability, which half the time you require to craft potions. And potions, because now you can drink them as a bonus action. I mean, there are some potions that are really, really good, and you can stock up on a ton of those. You can create a lot of healing potions, like more powerful healing potions.
And also, like at level 15, like with Chemical Mastery, you can get like Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron.
Yeah, but man,
once a day for free.
Yeah, but that's not a really good spell.
I know, but like in combination with like what the core Artificer does, it can lean a lot more into the support element. You know, because you're creating magical items and also potions.
Sure.
You're basically like a walking fucking, I don't know.
Yes.
Bag of holding.
But then a battlesmith.
Yes,
is going to absolutely destroy you. A cartographer is going to be absolutely insane.
But it could be one of those things where you're mostly role playing just for the flavor of it, you know, like
no, absolutely. Like flavor wise,
while still being very useful to the party, and perhaps useful to yourself.
I think you're not being useful to yourself, and you're never gonna be 100% satisfied with your power level. You know, you're gonna be
depends what kind of. It depends how well your knowledge of potions and elixirs is. To be honest, I think because lately I've been delving a lot into like potions and elixirs, and technically speaking, if you're playing a homebrew campaign with homebrewed potions that your DM created, I think that would be fair game to do.
Like I would say, if your DM allows you to create your own potion, obviously under agreement with him,
of course,
but you are the one making your own potion, then I would see how. I don't think as power level you will ever be on par with the others, but at least you will have that fun part and that interesting part of creating your own thing. You know. But otherwise, like, man, the armorer is insane. The armorer has...
Look at it right now.
You know, first of all, you get heavy armor together with the shields and all the other armor training. So your AC is going to be skyrocketing.
I mean, and it also has magic missiles.
You get magic missile.
Magic missile is very good.
Man, wand of magic missile, incredible.
Yeah.
10 charges of magic missile.
Yeah.
You never miss.
Yeah.
You never miss.
You shoot 3 projectiles, I believe, at first, right?
Yes.
First level. Oh, yeah.
So that's 30 projectiles for free.
And they always hit. Yes, it's 1d4, but they always hit.
Yeah. 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, plus 1.
Also, which means if a spellcaster is keeping concentration, they have to roll 4 concentration check for every die.
It's a disruptive one.
You know? It's
I think
very
that's the whole point.
disruptive.
I think that is why actually it was added into the armor one. I mean, yes, it fits the whole narrative of like Tony Stark with the rockets kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, that's...
But it's also like a harassing kind of spell. It's not outright big damage, but like, okay, so you have casters against you, concentration, as you're saying, 4 magic missiles against them, boom, boom, boom. They have to roll. And what are the chances you succeed 4 of them unless you have an overpowered build kind of
That's
thing?
the thing.
You know?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Long run.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna roll a 1.
Yeah, exactly.
You may succeed the first round. You may succeed the third round. But once you get to the third round, and by that time you rolled 4, 8, 12 concentration checks, you are not gonna roll a 1, a 2, a 3.
And yeah, suddenly you're out of it.
Yeah, you're out of it. You're out of whatever spell you're concentrating on.
I like also the fact that they have greater invisibility because it lends into like the whole camouflage kind of thing, you know, like
the armor suit. The armor just become like
like
camo
suit, yeah, exactly.
Insane. No, it's incredible.
So arcane armor.
The arcane armor is so good, man. So you don't have it loses the strength requirement, so you don't need to have a high, because obviously in order to wear a heavy armor you need to have a high strength check, high strength score.
Yeah,
you don't get it. You can just use an action to put it on or remove it.
Yeah.
When normally it takes, I think,
10 minutes, I believe.
I think heavy armor is longer than that. I think that's the medium armor. But anyway,
yes. 10 minutes like
instead of 10 minutes, you can just undo your armor in combat with an action.
Yeah, like, you know, the Fallout suit like opens and you just step out
exactly.
of it. Yeah.
Then
it's a spellcasting focus.
It's your spellcasting focus, so you don't need to hold anything. And then obviously you get different models. So you get the Dreadnought, which is a new model, which is like Force Demolisher. So you
like a barreling tank, not a defensive tank.
Yeah,
smash into things.
Exactly. The giant stature, so you can grow. Yeah, that's the Hulk Buster. That's literally the Hulk Buster. Yeah. The Dreadnought. Yeah. Then obviously the Guardian is the one that shoots like lightning from the ends.
But there's the defensive one, obviously.
It's the one that gives you like the extra hit points as a defensive field. That then you have like electrical charges from your hands, and then there is the Infiltrator. There is like the silent one, like the lighter one that enhances your your speed increase. You get the lightning launcher, but they're like lighter than the Guardian one. And then the dampening field, which gives you advantage to dexterity stealth check. So you like a noise suppressor on you, basically. Yeah. Then obviously at level 5 you get an extra attack, which normally the Artificer doesn't get. Only the Battlesmith and the Armorer gets the extra attack at level 5. Then you get the armor replication, so you can replicate magic item. Which one was that one?
That's level 9.
That you get.
We skipped the extra attack. Yeah, you got the extra attack.
No, I
must have missed it, man.
Yes, you zoomed out.
I zoomed out for a second. I was thinking about like, how can I apply it to, like, I was going off on my own tangent in mind, like in a potential campaign. So armor replication, you learn an additional plan for your replicate magic item. It must be an armor category.
Yeah.
So
you can get the +1 armor or the +1 shield or
good stuff.
But there's just an extra one. There's just an extra one that you get on top of the one that you get normally, you know?
You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with the special weapon of your arcane armor.
So if you're using like either the gauntlet or the
you do more damage.
You do more damage.
Perfected armor at level 15.
Yeah, the Dreadnought, so it basically like double the damage that you were doing before. The same for the Guardians, like you get a D10 instead of a D8.
Yeah.
The Infiltrator gets 2d6 instead of 1d6.
There are more stuff, we're just going through them quickly because obviously it's getting a little bit late.
Yeah, no, and besides that, like there is so much to read.
It's true.
To read. If you want to go through all the subclasses,
I highly recommend that you do, honestly, because like going into detail of these, there's a lot of nuances and they're honestly so good. Yeah. But yeah, artillerists, I just like the tagline, like wield destructive power from afar. Like,
listen, there is something that we need to talk about with the artillerist.
Is there?
Because at level 3 they get tools of the trade, like all subclasses get tools of the trade at level 3, and they all get obviously different tools.
Yeah.
So for example, the armorer gets proficiency with heavy armors. The artillerist gain proficiency with martial ranged weapons.
That means heavy crossbows and stuff like that.
Yes. You know what else is a martial ranged weapon? There is in the
Firearms.
player's handbook. Firearms.
Firearms. I mean, to be fair, it's an artillerist.
Guns.
I mean, to be fair, it's an artillerist. Like I'm imagining like just kind of thing, you know? Yeah.
So good. So fucking good.
Yeah. I think when you have something like this, you have to allow your player, regardless
Yeah,
whether your like homebrew setting or like the general setting, whether it allows it or not. Like you're going to have to say, this is the only prototype in the world that exists, and you have it, kind of, you know.
Also,
Want crafting, they have want crafting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like the armorer gets half time to create armors and shields, they get half time to create wands. And actually, when you get your Eldritch Cannon, I mean, the Eldritch Cannon, they always had, the artillerists always had the Eldritch Cannon. You can still control it as a bonus action.
The artwork is so
yeah, the artwork is so good, Madonna. And the Eldritch Cannon, before you had to choose which Eldritch Cannon you were summoning, if the Flamethrower, the Ballista, the Force Ballista, or the other one that is like giving you like the what is it called? The shield. Protector. Yes, the protector one. Now you only summon one, and every round you can choose which one of the three like options is using. To be honest, the only thing I don't understand is why it lasts only 1 hour.
I think it's meant to be something that you summon in combat, kind of thing. But I think it's like 1 hour is too long for combat.
Yeah, it's too long for a combat. It's too short for, you know, for the whole day.
Yeah, I would just have it like, just summon it and leave it there
until the next long rest.
Yeah,
that's it. The next long rest, you create another one.
Yeah, I think the fantasy behind it is like its power source depletes, kind of, but like at that point, create a power source that lasts a day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you can recreate it, but you need to spend a spell slot. And like they already don't have a lot of magic. Don't drain their magic to have the basic thing of their subclass. You know, the basic thing of their subclass is the arcane cannon.
I think it would have made more sense to have them. I mean, there's no real advantage to it. You can only use it in combat mostly.
Exactly.
Like you're not gonna have an hour worth of combat. An hour worth of combat is like 100 rounds now.
Exactly. Yes.
100 rounds.
Yes, 100. No, it's
so 6 seconds is 1 round.
So 60
is 1 minute, so that's 10.
So 600.
600 rounds. 600 rounds, you know, it's insane, though. No, can you imagine 600 rounds with like 12 players around the table?
And what I'm saying is like 600 rounds, you can just say, yeah, you get the maximum of the temporary HP from the shield thing.
Yeah.
Because if you roll 600 times, all of a sudden, like there is 100% chance that you're going to roll the maximum on the die, so just give him the maximum. But still, again, like this is the main thing of your class, of your subclass. I think it should last until the next long rest.
I agree.
The fun part that I was mentioning is that level 5 you get your arcane firearm, which is like an enhancement. Like it can be a wand, but you don't need to make it a wand. You can make your arcane exactly. You can make your arcane firearm any rod, staff, wand, or martial ranged weapon. So your gun can be your arcane firearm, and you deal an extra 1d8 damage once per turn when you use it. So that's fun. When you cast a spell through it. So not to your attacks, but when you cast a spell using it as your arcane focus, I think it should be just a d8 added to the damage. Like if you want to just shoot with your firearm, like, you know why? Because still you're not using your intelligence to shoot your firearm. You're still using your dexterity, so you're not as good. At least give me the fucking extra d8 of damage, you know? I think the artillerist, like the battlesmith and the armorer, should use intelligence to use the fucking, you know, ranged martial weapons.
I think so. I agree with you on this one.
I think, you know, it would make more sense. It would be like, even through the various subclasses, would make it on par for everyone, you know.
To be fair, I think something like this is meant to kind of counteract a lot of the good things that the artificer does as a base class, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, but then you're giving it to the battlesmith and to the armorer. Just give it to the artillerist as well, you know. Then explosive cannon, you can detonate your cannon and deal damage around it. Before was an action, so it was very inconvenient. Now it's a reaction, so works perfectly. Like, whenever the cannon, you know, there is a bunch of enemies next to it, you just make it explode.
It's gonna
it's gonna exactly. You just make it explode and
make it into
you make it nicer. And at level 15, you get double firepower, so you get 2 cannons instead of 1, and you get like a shimmering field projection between the cannons, and when you're close to the cannons you get half cover, which is good. It's a +2 to AC, so not an advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah,
so not bad
at all.
Battlesmith, my favorite subclass.
I think so too. I agree. I mean, as much as I like the Alchemist and Flavor, I think the Battlesmith is also one of my favorite ones.
Oh my god, it's so good. First of all, the art. Can we talk about the art?
I want that trench coat with that mechanical, almost like
that mechanical
Hellboy,
hound,
or the mechanical about the Hellboy arm.
Yes, no, insane.
Not the Hellboy like the red arm. But
like but like
the gauntlet.
The gauntlet, the big fucking. So yeah.
Also, look at him. He looks a little bit like Myron.
He actually does. Yes. Myron, they used your face to do
Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast, yes. So yeah, they get proficiency with smith tools, and they get half the time to create
crafting,
magical weapon, non-magical and magical weapon. They get shield as a 3rd level spell. They get a smite spell, Shining Smite.
Yeah.
They get Aura of Vitality, incredible spell. By the way,
and also Banishing Smite, by the way, at level 17.
Banishing Smite. But Aura of Vitality is a 3rd level spell, and takes an action to cast.
Yep.
You can have 10 the amount of healing, because that lasts 10 rounds.
Supporting class, man.
Insane the amount of healing.
Class. That's
Imagine
what
having
was built to
10 Aura of Vitality. It means you can go through 10 fights and pretty much heal everyone every time. At the end of each fight, you just cast Aura of Vitality and you have 10 rounds of healing for anyone who needs it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Then so battle ready, you get arcane empowerment. So you're when you attack with a magic weapon, use your intelligence and weapon knowledge. You get the proficiency with martial weapons. And you can use them as your spellcasting.
Again, firearm if you want.
Exactly. All martial weapons. So
martial weapons.
Actually, the Battlesmith can be both ranged and melee.
Yeah.
So incredible. And then you get your signature Steel Defender, which is your little creation, your construct. You can use it in battle. You get the extra action as well because you are a fighting artificer.
Yeah.
So you get a second attack at level 5. You get the Arcane Jolt, which is from your Steel Defender. You can either heal someone and give them extra hit points.
Like a
defibrillator. Or you can use Destructive Energy and do 2d6 force damage to enemies.
And then you improve it later on.
And incredible. My favorite class. And by the way, I'm going to say something that is going to upset a lot of people. The Battlesmith is the best ranger you can play.
Because of the companion.
He's the best Beastmaster you can play. I literally played a Battlesmith that was a Beastmaster Ranger.
I mean, essentially, that's what you're doing here. Yeah.
It was using a crossbow. It had a companion, which was a mechanical companion, which resembled an animal.
Yeah, of course.
Because he was, the whole gist of the character was that he was studying the arithmetics behind behind biology.
Okay.
So that there are so many things in nature that has like perfection, like mathematical perfection.
Yeah.
And that was like his entire
sort of
exactly. It was his ringing a lot, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
So it was basically that was the basic idea of the character, and he was just a better Beastmaster.
But now we move on to the newest and last
subclass.
This is interesting because honestly, like when I saw it, I was like, okay, so where are they going with this? But it's interesting and it's so creative, honestly, that they came up with something like this. It's a cartographer. So obviously, as we mentioned before, like this is all about the same shtick as the Artificer, but instead of like weapons or armor or potions, they craft scrolls. They can scribe spell scrolls. Using obviously the crafting rules and the handbook, and their time is halved essentially. Going on to their cartographer's spells, they have interesting stuff because like starting off at level 3, which is mostly what most players are going to see obviously when they play Artificers, like they've got Guiding Bolt and Healing Word and Fairy Fire. Now all three serve three different purposes.
Yeah.
And Verifier is very situational, but it's also very interesting to have in your back pocket.
And also,
if you need.
it's their signature spell.
It is.
Yes.
Guiding Bolt is also very nice. I like
when it
Guiding
hits.
Bolt. When it hits.
When it hits.
When it hits.
Which is not very often.
And I think Guiding Bolt relies on a range spell attack, not
yes, it's spell attack. So Guiding Bolt would be a great spell to put in your, spell storing item.
Yeah, you can shoot it 10 times. One of them is gonna hit.
Also because it does pretty decent damage for a first level spell.
And it gives you, I think,
advantage. Yes. Yeah. But actually, talking about advantage, Healing Word, unfortunately, you cannot put it in your spell storing item because it's a bonus action. But still, it's super useful spell to have. Fairy Fire is their signature spell because in their mapping magic ability that they get at level 3, basically they get the opportunity to cast Fairy Fire without expending a spell slot. They can do it a number of times equal to their intelligence modifier. And the fun part is that they can do it through their map. So even if there is a creature that they don't have line of sight on,
invisible.
So first of all, they have the Adventurer's Atlas, which allows them to create maps for their companions.
Yes.
So you can create a number of maps for your companions equal to your proficiency modifier. So let's say you have +4, you can do it for four friends.
With 2,
Yes. So when they receive this map, first of all, they get a +1d4 to initiative rolls.
Which is amazing.
Because they get awareness. And then positioning. So the target knows the location of all other map holders that are on the same plane of existence.
Okay, so it could be like
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the same plane of existence.
Yeah.
It's insane. And when casting a spell or creating another effect that requires being able to see, the map holder can target another map holder regardless of sight or cover.
So, okay. But this is like allies and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, like
so if I am in this
Healing
room,
Word has no range now. Like it's infinite range.
Yeah.
Infinite range Healing Word.
Yeah.
Infinite range. Wait.
So this is the thing. If I am here, and you are in the other room, and you are one of the people who has the map.
Wait. I think the range still applies.
Yes.
Right.
So they still have to be within the range of the spell, but you don't have to have any line of sight.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. If I'm here and you are behind that door, and there is an enemy with you over there, I can cast Fairy Fire over there without seeing it.
And suddenly,
just knowing that you're there. And I'm going to highlight your enemy for you to attack with advantage. And, well, this is the thing. I believe they also get to...
is it like spell sculpting kind of thing?
Kind of. I don't know if it's already at level 3, but later on, they can definitely do that. So yeah, at level 5, when they get Guided Precision. Once per turn, when you cast the spell from cartography creature with your Fairy Fire, and okay, they add the intelligence modifier to the damage of whoever damage someone that is affected by Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
And also, you can't lose concentration on Fairy Fire anymore. So you just cast it, and then you can cast another concentration spell.
Yeah.
And you can cast it again in a place that you cannot even see, just that your friend can see.
Yeah, just bombarding Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
10 times.
Then level 9, also because you can cast it for free a number of times per day. And like level 9...
You're gonna enter a room, it's just like Fairy Fire.
Yeah, everywhere. Like, just Christmas lights anywhere. Like, everything is blinking now.
Like you have to go in with shades.
Yes. You need the goggles of night just to protect your eyes. That's one of the items you need to craft.
Oh my god, man.
So level 9, Ingenious Movement.
Yeah.
So when you use Flash of Genius, you or another willing creature within 30 feet can teleport up to 30 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Using the same reaction. So you're using Flash of Genius, and you're like, you know what? Let's say, for example, you are in combat, you are a wizard, and you are in combat. Melee combat with someone that came next to you, and they're trying to trip you. So you have to roll, like a grapple check or something.
Yeah.
I give you Flash of Genius, and I'm like, no, you're not there anymore. Let's go over there.
Can you imagine like how would that work narratively? Like an actual portal.
I'm thinking, portal. Like they actually call it like portal something. Like there is something about portals.
Portal jump.
Portal jump, yes.
I'm imagining like the Artificer kind of like drawing on the map, kind of, and manifesting it in the game.
Because I'm looking at the map of this guy and I'm thinking of the Marauders map.
Exactly.
From Harry Potter.
You paint a portal,
yeah,
suddenly
and
it's like then you kind of
just
erase
teleports.
it. Yeah.
So good.
I think I like that.
So good.
I like this is what I like about it, is the narrative.
It has a great flavor.
Yeah, the flavor behind it is what I like. So and then at level 15, they get Superior Atlas, which gives them safe haven basically when a map holder would be reduced 0 hit points, but not killed.
They destroy the map.
They can destroy the map. It's like what we did earlier with
so what you can do yourself with your magical items, now your friends can do with the map that you create for them. Yeah. And they get hit points equal to twice your Artificer level, so they get 30
at least
30 hit points at least, which is a pretty good amount.
At least 30, maximum 40. So not bad.
And the creature is teleported to an occupied space within 5 feet of you. You or another map holder. So if there is someone at home that is safe, you can just teleport them there.
Well, imagine it's that player who's not present in the game and just left idle in the tavern.
Yeah, actually,
finally there's a use for them.
Exactly, there is a good reason to have someone skip a session. And then an erring path. So you are one of the map holders. You can cast Find the Path without expending a spell slot, okay, without preparing the spell, or without needing a spell. So you just cast Find the Path. Once you use this benefit, you can do it until you finish a long rest.
By the way, that's a 6th level spell. It's not bad.
Yeah. It's pretty good. And also, like, they've adjusted Find the Path, because before was absolutely useless.
Yeah, garbage.
Now they fixed it a little bit. So that was
something.
That was the Artificer.
Honestly, like, we wanted to really get into the whole Eberron thing, but like we honestly don't have time to do it now. It's gonna have to wait till next year.
We'll have to wait. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so impressions of the Artificer. Like, obviously, right off the bat, like after what we've been reading and going through. Yes, sorry we managed maybe hurried a little bit through it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had to accelerate a little bit, because otherwise this video would last 6 hours.
Yeah, there's so much nuance in this.
It's so good.
But it is very, very good. I still don't hate the Alchemist. I understand where you're coming from when you say it's a little bit more useless than the others.
You see, the others are...
Yeah.
Because the others are really good.
I think one of my favorites is the Cartographer, just for the sheer novelty of it. I don't think I would play it for a very long time and still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think I would probably play for a long time and enjoy either a Battlesmith or an armor. Artillerist is great, but I'm not too big on firearms myself.
I love firearms.
Yeah, that's fine. But like personally myself, probably the armor would be one of my favorites.
This is the thing. I would play an artillerist if my DM would let me use intelligence as the main stat for attacking as well. Because this is the thing. I want to play an artillerist and I want to shoot. I don't want to be bad at shooting.
Yeah, fair
as an artillerist, you know?
I mean, to be fair, I mean,
so if the battle master can do it, if the battlesmith can do it, why cannot I? I am the artillerist.
Yeah.
I am the one who's supposed to be good at range shooting,
calculating trajectories and shit like that.
So it's like,
I'm thinking maybe like you could have a high dexterity artillerist, maybe hang back and hope you find a circlet of intelligence or something like that.
Yeah, but you know, and at that point you are still relying on
items.
On your DM. You know,
yes, exactly.
So
DM to present it.
Exactly. This is the thing. The artillerist is the anti-Mother May I class. Because in any campaign, you never know if you're gonna get the specific magic item that you need or that you want, unless you are very good at communicating with your DM.
Could you make it?
That's what I was thinking. I think it's too high. Because I think the
circlet of intelligence.
I'm gonna check. Meanwhile we talk,
because that is an interesting thing. Because was it circlet of intelligence?
Intellect, band of intellect. That's the one. I think circlet of intelligence is the one on Baldur's Gate. I'm not sure. I don't know if you could make it, but if you could make it,
if it's up till rare,
it's broken.
If it's up till rare, then probably you're good. Because then no artificer is gonna take intelligence as a stat.
Why is finding anything but what I'm looking for?
Yeah, look it up on Google or something other than D&D Beyond.
To be honest, the search engine on D&D Beyond is trash.
It is. It needs
It's
to be
really bad.
better. And to be fair, like we'll have a discussion about D&D Beyond and stuff like that in the future, I'm sure, because like I still go on the website and create encounters and homebrews and stuff like that anyway, just for as a hobby. And the tools are shit.
Oh, that's insane. It's an uncommon item.
Shit. That's why.
So
That's why, because that's how it's supposed to be played. So if you're playing an artillerist, you pump all if you're playing an artificer, pump dexterity.
artillerist, yeah.
Any
You could
artificer,
actually, yeah.
any artificer, pump dexterity, so we have an even higher AC with medium armor, for example.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, pump any other.
Yeah, no, you can go dexterity and constitution and have an automatic 19 in intelligence with the headband of intellect.
You could probably also have high charisma and go sorcerer or warlock or paladin.
Yeah, but why would
Maybe
you do
not
that?
paladin.
Why would you do
Maybe
that?
a warlock you would.
But why would you do warlock? That's the thing. If you multiclass into warlock, you have Eldritch Blast. None of your weapon is going to be comparable to
not
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast. But you can get a lot of other things which can support your play. Like other invocations are there. You have to go. You have to go something like, for example, maybe Hexblade or something like that. I'm thinking.
I mean, to be honest, we will have to see. We will have to see the rework of the Hexblade.
Or maybe you want to lean a little bit more into healing type. Go into Celestial Patron.
At that point, just go cleric.
You could.
Why would you go?
You could pump.
Like, this is the thing.
Generally, go cleric. Sure.
That's the thing. Generally, the best option is to go another intelligence-based class.
Yeah, but this time it's not just
wizard.
But this time it's not just intelligence-based. You're gonna get 20 intelligence regardless if you have a band of intellect.
You have 90.
Well, 90.
So you're never gonna reach the +5. That's the thing. You're always gonna have less.
Still.
No, it's still very good.
At what level do you make like the uncommon item? Like
I think from level 6 onwards.
Level 6?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not.
Most
it's not
campaigns
bad.
start at level 5. So
no, and also like 19 is still a very good score.
+4 is very good.
+4 is still a pretty decent, especially. But that's why I'm saying, like, why don't you just give you see how many hoops we're going through to do the same thing that the battlesmith and the armorer can do already.
Yeah, but you also have that's true.
You know?
That's true. No, I understand what you mean, but you also have like 6 items to attune to. So kind of like I think that's where they're trying to go for, but I think if it was the same for all classes, I agree.
It should have been.
But with this,
for all subclasses at least,
with this you can go
put all of them in the same.
Yeah. But with this, you can go for any of the other classes. If you want to go for a tank, you go very high constitution and leave intelligence dog shit. So you can just make a band of intellect and bump it up to 19 anyway. You're gonna have like 19 in 2 or 3.
The only thing I'm trying to check is, can the item that you create be a wondrous item? Because that's important. That's an important distinction.
That's a good point.
Replicate magic item.
I mean, Bag of Holding is a wondrous item.
Okay, when you gain this feature, choose 4 plans to learn from the magic item plans Artificer 2+ table.
So there are set
I recommend whenever you gain an artificial level, you can replace one of the plans you know with an You learn another plan of your choice when you reach certain artificial level. Showing you the plans, creating an item. For a long rest, you can create a different magic item.
This is what we're like every time we call down.
Duration, a magic item.
I promise.
Spellcasting, blah, blah, blah. So I think you can only pick from these lists, from these curated lists.
Okay. Yeah, then that would make sense. Still, I mean, I think they shafted the artillerist, man, in that case.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. You know why? I know why they made the curated list.
Oh my god, we're so
late for this. Because they created the unspelled armor and the unspelled weapons and the unspelled shields, which are basically magical item that has charges with like a single spell in it, and they have charges. So you would have, I don't know, a battle axe that allows you to cast, I don't know, Scorching Ray 3 times a day, for example.
Scorching Axe.
Yeah, maybe it does 1d6 fire damage and you can cast Scorching Ray 3 times a day. The problem with those is that the Artificer, if you open the entire category of uncommon magic item to the Artificer is is able to do 6 of those
Mhm.
and give them to everybody.
Yeah,
So that's why they had to do a specific
Maybe.
list, and
maybe.
because
That's
otherwise,
probably-
like the Artificer power level was gonna go
La, la, la.
insane.
No
Yeah,
one would make it to level 20.
Yeah, yeah,
The campaign would be over at level 5.
yeah. The Artificer just won the game.
Level 6.
He
Level
just,
6 just win.
just did everything.
You know how when you play like those strategy games, you have different conditions to win, like culture conditions,
Yeah,
technology
he just
conditions.
he just accomplished all of those by level 4, by level 6.
Dude, first and foremost, this has been incredibly interesting. Like the Artificer has been interesting. I can't wait to maybe play test him a little bit. Maybe we can have a few one shots in 2026.
We're definitely gonna have a few
We
one
have-
shot in 2026.
I think we can say without revealing much, but I think both Pepe and I speak on behalf of both of us when we say we're incredibly grateful for this year we've had.
Yes, it has been quite a year.
It has been
It
started off with a set of plans,
Yes,
which evolved into this podcast.
into a lot of work and a lot of friends, a lot of new friends that we have made through this, and a lot of beautiful people that follow us
All I can
and
say,
support us.
all I can say is that for sure, as of today, the 25th of December 2025, the Epigeeks currently consists of 6, 7, 8, 9
9 people.
9 people,
9 people.
including creatives who we'll be working with in the future. We spoken about Federico last
Yes,
episode,
yes.
so that's just one of them. And hi, Federico.
I mean, Jade, of course,
Jade, of
she has
course.
been with us since
Since the beginning.
Since the very beginning.
We're gonna have other people as we're going to be announcing them. As we go along, and I think we are really looking forward to showing you what we have planned for 2026, especially in the second half of 2026.
2026 is gonna be a year.
Let me just tell you, the work for that started about 6 months ago.
Yeah, maybe a bit more than 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like
So-
ideas and everything.
Not just like actual work.
Yeah,
on it.
actual work. Yeah, probably 6-7 months ago.
Yeah. And honestly, like we can't wait to show you, and we hope that you can enjoy that. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for the support that you show us by watching this podcast, by commenting, liking, sharing, supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much for all the tiers in Patreon. Thank you so much for everyone who likes our stories on our socials and reshares and reposts.
Thank you so much for resharing the stories, following us.
We promise you the social media content is going to be better as of January for sure.
Yes, we're gonna have someone that actually knows what they're doing, not like us.
Not like us.
Social media is not our thing.
Oh no,
100%.
We're too old for that.
Yeah, we're too old.
So thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful. We hope that you have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a happy New Year. And
we're going to see you again on. Do we know already the date of?
It's written down. I can't remember what it is. We have it in the calendar, but it's going to be there.
So we're gonna see you next year for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna see you in January.
Enjoy the rest of your holidays.
Yes, we have collaborations list lined up for next year, probably for around February, March. We're gonna have perhaps some of the old faces back.
Yes, we hope so. We hope to have some of the old faces back. But a lot of new stuff, a lot of stuff that we have been working so hard on, a lot of stuff that we are so ready to share with all of you. We cannot share it yet, but
we wish that we could, but
it's getting closer.
Is important.
It's getting closer.
Timing is important. So, dude, honestly,
well done for this year, and good luck for the next one. And thank you all so much. And remember to
keep being geeks.
Be Epigeeks.
We'll see you in 2026.
Ciao.